Hello and welcome to the All of It and More podcast. My name is Amanda Moore. I am your host. And a little bit about me and this podcast. This is sharing all of it and more that I am a wife, mom, runner / coach, and small business owner trying to figure it out and fit it all in. And I share all of it. I share the parenting side of life. I share owning a small business in today's world, and also coaching and my running journey. So today is about my running journey because I have a couple races coming up. I talked with on my other podcast where I interview a lot of friends, and my husband's on it with me. And we talked to several people just about their life journey and how they ended up at AMP Fitness, our small business, our gym, as well as how did we end up running together. That was Eric. We talked last Friday, and I can't wait to share that podcast with all of you. And he just shared his journey to his marathon goal of breaking. And I think his first marathon was a 2:45, which is crazy. And my goal is to break my 2:54 mark. That's kind of been hovering over me for the past couple years. Before COVID, I did it was like February 2020. And that was the best marathon I've ever felt. It was just everything clicked, everything came together. The weather was perfect and all of that. So it's been a journey trying to tackle that distance the last couple of years, whether it's been starting AMP Fitness and a new space, a location, not just in my house or at our church. It's really making it a physical space for people to come work out and get stronger. So it's just, there's so many things I'm doing and pulled in different directions. So it's really hard to maintain a lifestyle of competing. But I've been doing it, and it's been quite a journey. And I know as a coach and walking the journey with so many of you that are listening, there are a lot of races that do not go as planned, and I am a true testament of that. And I've shared before, like my first attempt at a sub 3, I went into it so like almost cocky about it because I was like, I got this in the bag. My training cycle was perfect. Everything is awesome. And then the race day came and it was just a disaster. And at mile 16, I called it and just finished it with a 3:12 or whatever it was. I don't even know the exact number. But so yeah, it's those races though define you and help you really process yourself, and you find a lot about yourself that you sometimes don't like, and that race really did it for me, and it made me realize that I'm putting too much into this running story and running, and it's too much of my identity that I needed to take a step back and be like, okay, why are you doing this? And is it for you to look good in front of people, or is it because you really want to develop yourself and be the best version of yourself? So it was really like a self-reflection of, okay, why does this hurt so bad? Yes, I put so much time and effort, but why am I spending so much time grieving this when really it is just running? And I hope that doesn't offend anybody that's listening that is a runner. And I'm a run coach, and I love running. It's a huge part of my life. But that doesn't identify Amanda Moore and who I am. It's a part of me, but it's not who I am. So it was really eye-opening. And on the spiritual side, like God really spoke to me like, wow, you need to reassess your priorities here and change your perspective on why you run and why you do these hard things. And that's where I'm at. I want to encourage all of you because in reality, we are not robots, and races are not going to go as planned. The weather, your training cycle, the day of, the porta potties are full, and you still need to go to the restroom before you start, and it's already 30 seconds till the gun goes off or whatever, the whistle. And so there's so many things that factor in your performance on race day. So let's just talk about how you can overcome that mental block or that mental discouragement when you face those things and the race does not go as planned. And I'm not here to like be doomsday and like, oh, your next race is not going to go as planned. you have to expect adversity, friends. You have to go into every situation assessing and trying to eliminate that adversity, but also being prepared to face it. And what are you going to do on those outcomes? That's what I try to help my kids with. What are you going to do when someone says they don't like your work? What are you going to do when someone on your football team or the opposite football team comes at you? Are you going to let him come at you, or are you going to fight back? Are you going to be faster than him so he doesn't tackle you? Like, what are you going to do in situations that are going to force you to be stronger and fight for it and to do your part? Are you going to step away? Are you going to quit? So that's the thing. Like, you have to go into the race day or how you process a bad race with the expectation, this could happen, and the odds are I'm not gonna have I might not have a great day, and that's okay, because we all can talk about that and all go through these times. And I feel like I learn more from the bad days than when everything is hunky-dory and perfect. So a couple of things when you are first going into a race, and then a couple of things when you are recovering from that bad race experience. So go into the race with realistic expectations. Assess what your training cycle was. First of all, did you have a coach? Did your coach help you get to that start line? Did you follow the coach's plans? How was your cycle? Did you get your quality sessions in? How were your long runs? If you can confidently say, I followed that plan, then you can be confident to get to that starting line. Now, if your race or your training plan did not go as planned, like things just came and you got sick, or a family emergency, or you just didn't put in the work, you can't go to the starting line with that confidence that you're going to have a great day. I hate to break it to you, you have to put in the work to have a great day, because the odds are all those other factors that come into play, bad weather, how you're feeling, whether as a woman you're on your cycle or you're tired, all those things play against you. And if you have a cycle where you didn't put in the work, I'm sorry, your odds are that race is not going to go as planned. You need to put in the work. So realistic expectations. What does it look like? What has your coach said? This is where we are. This is what the numbers are saying. So you can go into it with confidence. These are the numbers that I know I can reach. You know what I always do? I always look back at my hard workouts, because you question everything. The last taper week when you're getting ready for that race, you look at the race and you're like, I'm going to do how many miles at that pace? There's no way. You have to go back and look at the workouts that you did and go with confidence. These are the numbers that I can hit confidently because I put in the work. So realistic expectations, look back at prior workouts. That will help so much. And I give all my clients, here's an ABC goal. This is your A goal. If everything goes perfect, your body responds, the weather's awesome, no adversity on the race day, everything is perfect, you're fueling, everything is top notch, this is your A race. And then have a B race, then have a C race. That will help you when you finish the race. If you're at a C, you're like, okay, I got my C. So it just helps you not be devastated if it's not this perfect A race. You had A, B, and C. It made you, I'm human, I can't just be a perfect A all the time. And then also, so that's kind of before leading up to the race. So I always have a plan on what's after. Like, what am I doing after this race? So I'm not just, this is the tip of the top and that's it, and I have nothing else planned after. It really is helpful to see, okay, what am I doing throughout the course of this year? It helps you make wise decisions and not just sign up for every race under the sun. And it helps you just to kind of, okay, if this doesn't go as planned, hey, I have that 50K in January that I'm going to crush. So think about that kind of thing. If you have a race coming up, we have a lot of people running the Mesa Marathon race in February. Think of, hey, after Mesa, what is next? Because I do find if you go into every race and like do one race a year, it could be disappointing for you. So plan, and I'm saying run a race every month, but just have goals ahead that make you want to be reaching for new goals and not just think that this one thing is it and you're done. And then just remember, my last little point is remember, like, why are you doing this? So back to when my first sub-3 attempt and I just was so devastated, I had to go back to what was my why. I want my kids proud of me. I want my husband proud of me. Running just gives me life. It helps me feel better regardless of what pace I'm running. So I would run, and then that's the thing. If someone took races out of the equation, would I still run? And absolutely I would. I would run every day. It is a gift, and I'm so glad that I have the ability to do that. My body can do it. So I hope this helps you, especially those of you that have races coming up. I encourage you, have realistic expectations, have A, B, C goals, plan for what is after, and always remember your why. Thanks for joining, friends. I hope this spoke to you. And if it did, just drop a comment below. I really appreciate your time, and just share it with others if you find that those that are struggling with this or have races coming up. I hope this is a help to them and to you. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.